Hello, hello, people. Welcome to Chat Her Up. Today, we are going to be recapping two shows. Sunday night's lineup on Bravo. We're going to do um, season 9, episode 8 for Real Housewives of Potomac. It was called Healing, Thriving, and Surviving. And we're also going to do the premiere of Married to Medicine, season 11, episode 1, Who's Coming to Whitnik. Okay? How y'all doing today? Nobody talking? Or everybody on mute? Well,
Hi, I'm
oh,
good.
okay. You started your vacation already? You still got to go into work tomorrow?
Oh, I work on Thanksgiving.
Oh, wow. That kind of sucks. Okay. That kind of sucks. I've never
Had
had.
about a time and a half, so I'm not worried about it at all.
Yeah, I get it. I get it. I guess, honey. Well, I guess we can start with a chapstick moment of the day. Does anybody have something specific? I have something, but if no one else does.
I know.
Well, I was going to talk about the lawsuit between that Simon just recently did against Portia. Apparently, I don't know if you remember a couple of months ago. Um, a couple of months ago. Yeah.
Lot, can you hear me? Joy,
yes.
You can't hear me talking?
Yeah, now I can. I can. I put you on mute though. If you remember a couple of months ago, Portia had posted something about ED on her website. It wasn't something. She literally just she typed the definition of ED, and then at the bottom it was something like men's health matters or something like that, or men's health awareness. It was something like that. It was like a hashtag. And then she posted shortly after it, she posted ways that you can help with ED. And apparently, Simon is now suing her, claiming that that post was indeed about him and that Portia has ruined his reputation. And I do want to.
No, sir, you kind of did that on your own.
I was just gonna say that. For one, he would post like 4 or 5 times before Portia would even post once. And she didn't say his name in any way.
All right.
She didn't say his name in any way. I could kind of understand if Portia had put his name in there or something. It was a general post. And the only way he might have a standing, I'm thinking, this is me since I got my law degree on from the University of TikTok. And according to the University of TikTok, unless it's actually true that he has ED, and it is possible, he wouldn't have a leg to stand on. And even that, he still might not, because she did not mention his name in any way. So what y'all think? You think he got paid?
I missed a little bit of what you said. So Simon has erectile dysfunction?
He didn't say that. He just said that he was suing Portia because of the post that she made. And if I was explaining, if you go back to the post, she didn't say his name in any way. She just simply said.
Yeah, what did she say?
She just said ED. Explain what it was. She gave the definition that you can Google, and then she put in the post. The next post, she had 2 posts. That was the first one. Then the second one was ways that you can help with ED, like losing weight, having a healthy diet, exercising, that sort of thing. That's it. She didn't have his name. She didn't say him. But
But we know she moves on fast too, so it doesn't necessarily have to be him.
Yeah,
Honestly, just
it
because he's
don't.
a husband.
And it could have.
She's probably
I
maybe
mean,
it's Dennis.
we all associated it with that, but that's only because, and literally only because, he kept putting out things about her. This, if he hadn't have been tweeting in the first place, no one would have even assumed it was him. But in my opinion, he kept poking her and poking her and poking her. And I'm all for, I would have said that she was flat out wrong if she was like saying things directly about him and put his name in a post. I would agree with you. It was subliminal, just like all of his. He just,
Was he recently poking at her?
when this was going on in the rectile thing, yes.
Okay.
But yeah, he started again. He started up talking about her out the blue because
I haven't heard his name in a while. So
and
I'm like,
he was mad because Atlanta premiered that little it was kind of a preview for Atlanta. They premiered it at, it wasn't BravoCon, whatever they called it. What did they call it? Bravo Fan Fest or something?
I think just Fan Fest.
Yeah. So they had this Fan Fest and they premiered it there. And of course, it was released to us as well, out in the internet. So because that little piece was about her getting her house, I guess he started talking. But I do know this. She just recently won that case. So they had to film this even after the season has ended filming, because Portia just won that case. She just won that. Remember, most of the time doing filming, she couldn't even film in the house. Now she can.
She can now. Okay. See, I haven't heard anything about it lately.
That's what I was saying. She just recently won a case. And he is making himself look worse because, he asked her, according to her complaint, he asked her, and while she's asking for money, he asked her to walk away from this life that he got her. You do kind of get the idea, the possibility, the probability that he didn't want her to come back to reality TV. And that is really why they separated. It wasn't, I thought they were separating before she came. I think it was a little bit more. I think it was more about her coming back to reality TV. I thought he would have liked it because he seems to like the limelight.
Only if he's in it, though. Not this kind of talking about his divorce. It's all kind of negative for him. He's not in there to show off.
But if she was going to be on the show, he was going to be on there with her. That's what I didn't understand, because he acted as if he didn't want her. It seems like, I don't know. I'm just, I'm a read between the lines girl. A lot of times I pick up, this is just me. I read things. Sometimes I'm wrong, but most of the time I'm not. I listen to what people aren't saying and what they are saying, but more about what they're not. And you kind of get the impression by Portia's complaint. I sent you all the lady who breaks down Simon's new complaint, that Portia came. He didn't want Portia to come back to the show. Portia wanted to.
Portia needed that money. She saw his money was right.
Well, if you listen to some of the things that Portia says, again, this is reading between the lines, she started finding out that his money wasn't as long as he said.
Yeah.
And once she realized that his money wasn't as long, she was like, I need to go make some money.
And I can't blame her for that.
Yeah. That's what it seems like.
Yeah. Okay. Well, speaking of Simon, Phelan's marrying her ex. Did y'all see that?
Her ex who?
The baby daddy, Jalen or something like that.
The young boy?
Yes.
I don't know why.
I was like, what? Because she had mentioned that he was abusive toward her. I don't know if I can say that word anymore, but she mentioned that on several occasions.
I mean, she was abusive to him. If you watch Married Boot Camp, she was very in my opinion, abusive to him. And her expectations for a 23-year-old was insane. She not only expected him to take care of her and all her children, but her sister. That's a lot of responsibility to give a 23-year-old.
But why would she expect? I mean, the way it sounds, he doesn't have any money. Why would she expect him to take care of her?
That was their biggest issue on marriage boot camp.
Mm.
Yeah,
Well,
I knew
I'm
that
shocked.
wasn't gonna last.
I'm shocked. Well, they're getting together, they're getting married now, and I was like, what?
Yeah, that don't even
But
make
okay,
any sense.
yeah. All right, let's get to which one we doing first? Potomac.
Let's do Potomac. Let's scale it 1 through 10. What you think this episode was?
6.
We doing Potomac right now, right?
Correct.
Okay. I'll give it a 6.5, 7.
Okay. All right. I thought it was about a 7.5. It kept me interested. I watched the whole thing. I wasn't bored. It wasn't too many dead scenes other than Karen's. The we gonna move this along because we're gonna try to do both within I don't know how long, but we will try to make this short. So it's this. The episode starts with them ending at the GNA event, and you hear Mia talking about, and I don't know if we discussed all of this last week. Mia talking about her, really talking about Gordon.
Why did she bring it up there though?
Because she's doing damage control, in my opinion.
Mm-hmm.
Because he said something on camera.
Yeah.
So she wants to give.
He brought up that abortion.
Yep. And she wanted to give a uninterrupted answer. And of course, she's such a Karen because she always makes herself the victim. And for the life of me, I don't understand how she thinks that. Like, I'm not, because people keep saying, I see a couple of people in groups are saying that old boy talking about Gordon was an older man. And
I didn't like that either because they were both laughing.
Yeah, and she was this young, impressionable girl. I was like, that girl was first married and divorced when she met Gordon. And 2, she was a whole stripper.
What was that?
She's a gold digger. So
yes, she's definitely and she was a stripper. Strippers are trained to sell fantasy, and that's not an easy feat. That's not easy to
delivered her. She wasn't just a stripper; she delivered steaks. So and so when you do steaks instead of just stripping, Joy, that's better, right?
Girl, whatever. She was a stripper, and strippers sell fantasy, and that's not easy. Everybody can't do that.
I just honestly feel like Mia has lied so much, she can't even keep up with it.
Yeah.
She's just keeping a bunch of confusion going on to make it look like she got a storyline.
Absolutely. I actually agree with that. It's irritating. At this point, I'm like, Gizelle, this ain't even fun.
I'm agreeing with Gizelle and Ashley. Come on now, Mia. You know that hell freeze over that I agree with Gizelle on something. And that's how you know if the messiest bitch on the show is saying you're doing too much, you're doing too much.
Yeah.
And she is. I really don't want to see her and him together kind of trashing Gordon like that. And I think that she's probably getting a bit of backlash. That ain't cool at all. So we all loved her before. Not that we don't love her now, but she was funny. He kind of helped. And then when you see these men talking in public about her, she didn't prep them pretty good on what to say and when to say it. Gordon is now over it. No, we're not going to do this to give you more airtime. So I'm glad that he is kind of pushing back on that.
And every time she try to put that camera and them mics on her, I'll be laying her out every time. You want to, because he's already told her to quit playing with me. And she still want to play. It just feels abusive at this point.
Yeah.
Because it's one thing if he was just a normal guy. That's just to show you how tone deaf she is. She doesn't see that. If this was just an older man that she was messing over, who left his other wife to be with this old nasty slut.
Oh my goodness.
We wouldn't feel so bad. But because now you're talking about he has a mental illness that he admits to, that he's medicated for, he's getting therapy for, and now you have pulled the rug from underneath him, and you're bringing this young guy around who's talking about his son is his. It's gross.
Yeah, that's too much.
It's gross.
Yeah.
And then you got the girlfriend.
So she claims.
Because
what
is she 32 years old or something?
Right. That girl probably could have been an Uber driver or something. She lies so much. We don't know who this woman is.
I am talking about Jacqueline.
What about her? What's your question about Jacqueline?
That's Mia's girlfriend.
Oh, yeah, I know who she is, but why? Yeah. So let me ask you this, though, now that you say her name. Why are people kind of against her this season?
Because I don't think that you talk about Jacqueline.
Yes.
Because it's a very different story than they initially told. If you go back to whatever year that was when they went to Miami, I can't remember if that was last season or series. What MIA in Miami? Remember that episodes? Those couple of episodes. They were so adamant about the fact that they had not slept together. Now they slept together.
They did. Oh yeah.
Yeah, I mean, Gizelle said, "I saw y'all in the shower together." It was a direct question. No, we never saw each other, but we did look inside of our private areas. So we don't know what to believe. Now, if you're watching this show, Mia got her boyfriend, her husband, and her side chick all on the show. True. This is like crazy.
That's true.
People, if you I don't really do X, but I didn't move over to Blue Sky. I actually like it. Blue Sky, all of them are all but saying that Mia's not a good fit for this show. All of them,
and that's a big change.
Yes, all of them are saying this is too love and hip hop-ish.
Who? Blue Sky.
Right, I was gonna ask.
I left Twitter altogether, and there's this new app, the mass exodus that people are talking about. If y'all notice, it's a lot of housewives on there too. They've left Twitter and they've come over to Blue Sky.
Let me type that up in here.
And Blue Sky, Blue Sky is pretty cool. I like it. I have a personal page. I need to make a Chatter Up page, but I just did a personal page. I like it.
So Blue Sky Social, is that it?
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah, and it's very similar to Twitter. You can do all the same things. I'm not sure if you can go live with Blue Sky though, but I know you can, like, add pictures and little videos, and it's very similar to Twitter. And Threads is also another alternative. I don't like the idea of all three of because I pretty much do Facebook, but Instagram, I really don't do anything that's put there is only because of Facebook. Threads is also owned by Mark Zuckerberg. Right. I don't like the idea of him having all of my social media. That makes me itch. It does. I don't like that. So, yeah. But yeah, there's been a mass exodus. If y'all Google of people leaving X.
Okay. All right.
I have seen celebrities leaving it because of the free speech thing. It's like, haven't people been having free speech on there all this other time? I'm confused, but okay.
No, it's certain speech you couldn't, because you couldn't use the N-word at some point. There were barriers that were put on there.
All people was doing was putting the damn star in between that. Same thing.
Nobody's arguing, but they were doing that. Today, you don't have to do that. They write out all the letters.
What's different? It still mean the same thing.
Maybe, but maybe not. I mean, it's not filtered. If you put that in there, before it was filtered and it was considered a hate message, and they would have these notes underneath it. When it all boils down, I don't want anything associated with Elon Musk. I'm going to be honest with you. That's why I left. 100%. I want nothing to do with him. You all can do whatever you want to do. It's no argument, no judgment. I personally refuse. Mm-hmm. So anyway, let's move it on. So, what do y'all think? It moves on to Karen. Karen had a couple of parts. We get to see her kind of prepare for her court case with her lawyer, and she goes to court, and we'll kind of wrap her up.
I thought that was cute that Ray was telling her she looked like a little girl, very youthful and all that. How cute she's looking. I was waiting on him to say the surgery worked, but he just left it alone. He did. He was very youthful and very like a little girl.
Yeah.
But she does. She look good. But
who, Karen?
Yeah.
The end of that, great. She's losing a lot of weight too, and she's probably nervous. I can imagine under circumstances. I don't know how true this is. I can only go by what people are saying on the internet. But apparently, they think people have said that they don't think that Karen is able to plead down.
Well, because this isn't her first time.
Correct. And they're saying that this particular area, the DMV area, has been really tough on repeat offenders of drunk driving. So, I know I've repeatedly said, I just wish she would plead down, because that's what I would do. I wouldn't let this linger. Just go ahead and plead no contest.
Karen is a drunk old bitch that needs to take accountability because she is a damn alcoholic and she needs to go to rehab. I am so tired of that.
That's one of the things that she can do. Plead down, go to rehab. That's what I would be presenting to my lawyer, wouldn't y'all? Like, let me go to rehab. Let me do a 30 days somewhere. She on hiatus right now. If she did it right now, and before her court date, instead of trying to get the charges removed and stuff, because this is what it seems like has happened. This court case that was pushed to September, that's where she tried to, and it must have been the end of September, because that's the court case. She tried to get the court case pushed out altogether. I don't know what happened. That's the only thing that I know of about, and I thought it was at the end of October. Or in October sometime. But when I was watching this and they said September you got a court, I was like, oh, maybe there was a September. We were just hearing about it in October.
Yeah.
But yeah, she did have a court date. And at that court date, she was trying to get the charges thrown out, saying that they didn't read her rights. And the judge threw that out.
He threw it out real quick.
Yeah.
I mean, did they not though? I wonder if Karen, if that was truthful, because if it was true, why would they throw it out?
I'm sure they got video cameras. That's a real easy fix. I mean, and when you drunk, you don't know exactly what's going on anyway. I can't remember what Karen's number was, but she was like twice the limit. Karen was drunk. There's no way around that. Girl, I would immediately went to rehab.
Talking about they didn't read the rights. And then when her nephew was crying, is that her nephew, the guy with the pretty thick black hair?
Or her cousin, yeah.
Her cousin, and he was crying. Now, what part of it was he crying about?
He was on the phone with her.
No, they were at the table together. They were sitting down.
No, he was on the phone with her when she had the crash.
Oh, okay. So he heard her.
Yes.
Okay. I can imagine that would be scary.
And that he was terrified. He didn't know what was going on.
Yeah. Okay. Well.
So that's why I think he was kind of scared. Yeah. Oh, by the way, my daughter must be just watching Housewives of Potomac. She just texted me. What's up with these multiple Wendy birthday parties?
Wendy is partying for the entire. It's been at least 4.5 weeks. Okay. She's doing it up.
Who knew that Karen, Ashley, and Wendy's birthdays were so close together?
Now, have they done an Ashley celebration on the show before? So only Karen. Okay. And I'm just glad they had it for
That's why
she can live her life.
Bringing it up. It's my birthday.
Actually, they did film it, but it didn't air. Actually, they did film Ashley birthday party. It was shown in, I don't know if it was shown in flashbacks or it was aired in real time, But there was a party for her at some place. Because remember, she was talking about her birthday and she was like, yeah, we've had it at this place. Remember, I had my birthday party there and they showed a flashback of her at that party.
I don't remember. I only remember Karen's birthday stuff, but I don't know.
But I don't think they showed clips of her, all of them actually at her birthday party, which tells me they filmed something, but it wasn't interesting enough to air. Because wasn't it Ashley's birthday party where wine? Whose birthday party was it that her husband said he would do wine's suck wine stuff?
I have no idea. I
that was somebody's party. Who?
Don't y'all miss Juan and Robin?
I do. No. I definitely do. I do.
What?
I do.
What did Robin bring to the show?
Like for real, I don't understand how they kept Ashley over Robin.
They could have got rid of both of them. I don't
like Ashley. I don't dislike Ashley. She seemed like a cool girl, fun girl, but she doesn't make sense on this show. Other than the fact that she's the single one, but several of them are single. It just doesn't make sense. It's too much of her life that she just can't legally deal with. That is completely out of her control. I ain't mad at her, but this should be Ashley's last year.
I don't even know how she came back in the first place.
I don't, but I'll tell you who's underwhelming to me, and that is Kiana. I was actually surprised about that.
Oh, yeah.
Kay to be a little bit more something. I don't know, but whatever that something is, it ain't there. And I wish they would had spent some time with them because they seem like a mystery I want to solve. They seem like they have some interesting stuff going on. I don't know.
I think we're gonna see it.
Okay.
Later on.
Okay, good. I'm going.
It was in the trailer.
Okay.
The mid-season trailer.
With
Kiana and her boyfriend.
Good trailer, by the way. Yeah. What did y'all think about Ashley having her conversation with her family?
Boring.
I like her uncle. I don't know why.
That's it. That's the only good thing. Him. He's the only one that got some damn sense because her and Sheila is showing the hell though.
Listen, I tell you, one thing, Ashley's gonna make sure she make her some money to live without Michael finally. Since she will do.
Callie, you muted yourself.
Yeah.
Oh, I muted. My head's just moving. I forgot what I said. Excuse me. Ain't lying, I forgot. Next question.
Oh, the next little part that I wanted to talk about, we can move on over to Wendy's family.
Hold on. If Ashley don't get them kids off that damn counter.
Yeah, I already knew I could finish it for you off that counter because I wrote something about that last
week. She wasn't even looking.
So I don't know if that's her attempt to keep them.
Callie, why do your mic keep muting?
I don't know. Does it sound funny or something?
No, it just keep muting whenever you get to talking. See, it just did the end.
Yeah.
But go ahead, Joy. Next thing, because almost.
Well, I just want before we get to that, let me say this. One, Mia is a liar. How she go from Ink is about to step back a little bit to let me say this. When we saw that video in real time that Mia posted of Mia and 3 men, we concluded that was all 3 of her baby daddies.
Yeah.
But we didn't know that for fact. We did a good guess of that. Because that's who it was. Her first husband, he was on that boat with Gordon and Ink.
That's crazy.
Because I do wonder, would she give Ink any children? I wonder, does he have any children?
Well, he better get to spend them out because Mia ain't no spring chicken. She almost 40, so.
Yeah. She seemed like she really liked him, though.
Oh, yeah, I agree with that.
Yeah, she seemed like that's her person. And I'm okay with a person being with their person. I just don't think you have to villainize your ex in order to do it. Like, she could have done this in such a way where, like, she could have talked to Gordon, but I would have never brought my new guy with him there unless he wanted him there. Because if nothing else, I would want to have a cohesive conversation. What she did, if we flipped the switch, like for real, and this was a dude bringing his young thing around his wife that was closer to his age, we would be trying to get them off the air because it's cruel. It feels so cruel watching it. It just doesn't feel like, all I keep thinking is that Mia's just not a nice person in general. I just don't think nice people would hurt somebody like it.
And Mia's irritating.
And yes, yeah, it is. All right, let's get to Wendy. Wendy threw a party. It's her 40th birthday. She invited her in-laws. Some people said that they thought his parents came, but they didn't give consent to tape.
I was wondering. I mean, because I know the family was there, but I didn't know who was who, what was going on.
His sister and her husband was definitely there. They did highlight them, but there is I don't know if it's a rumor or people are assuming or what the situation is, but the parents, they're saying, I don't know how true it is, I really don't, that they thought his parents were there, but they didn't give consent to be on TV.
Okay.
But his sister and her husband were there. That was when she took those pictures. She was on her, my left, if we were looking at it, her right. And everybody looked really nice and white.
Mm-hmm.
Everybody looked really nice. I wish this was the only birthday party they were having because they could have split all three and had Ashley's party, and this could have just been Wendy's party. I just, the other place didn't have to be her birthday. But I guess they did a trip actually on her birthday. I don't know, I guess. So it was hard not to do it. But Ashley was obviously bothered by the fact that Wendy's party was on her birthday. And
Stacey, say that again, Joy?
Yeah, Ashley mentioned more than once that Wendy's party is on her birthday. That party was on her actual birthday.
Yeah, that's why I said Ashley kept bringing it up. It's my birthday too. We don't care. We don't even like
you. She felt some type of way. Is I think the point of that she definitely felt some type of way.
Again, we don't care, Ashley. We don't even want you there. So be glad you're there.
What y'all think about TJ and what's her name and him telling her eventually get your hands off me?
Somebody needs to walk him out to them, show him out. Show him out.
Okay, Callie, baby, the way my man ever do something like that, the way I would have dragged him in the corner.
Yeah, I mean, I don't understand it. I mean, he was really bothered that she was.
He mad because she getting camera time.
What? I didn't like that at all. He got to go. You're not going to treat me that way in public or in private, for that matter. Okay, he got to go. I wanted to see him there because he seemed so goofy, but he seemed fun. Not when he mad, and so
I just want Stacey to understand that is a. Mm-hmm.
And so I wonder, why would she not? I mean, she has to know what we're seeing. I mean, how do you? She doesn't seem like a clueless person, but he has issues. I don't know.
I was talking about him being gay, child.
Well, I don't get gay. I don't understand why people are getting gay. He feels like, this is just my opinion, might not be worth a hill of beans. He gives nervous energy. I know the cameras are on me, and he's nervous. And reality TV isn't scripted because he actually acts. But reality TV is kind of tricky. if I was on reality TV, especially as somebody's guest, I would be uber afraid of what could come out of my mouth generally, because you know how reality TV twists too much.
Yeah.
So it may be he feels like nervous energy to me.
I mean, because it was such a change. It was a shift in the way, as mad as he was. He's been really happy, bubbly, and goofy, talking silly all the other 2 weeks or whatever he's been on here. And then for him to turn around and get mad like that is a
I think he was
major
mad
sign.
because he felt like Stacey left him for too long.
Yeah, and you know what? That's a fair reason, but come on.
I feel like he was mad because of the camera
change.
time.
Yeah, well.
I don't think so much about camera time as it was her I think she left him too long. He was like, "So you know me now? So now you're here." I think he was there by himself too long. I told you, listen to what people say and what they don't.
But get your hand off of me. You can take your hand off of me now.
Yeah.
No.
Oh,
No.
that was just mean.
Yeah, that was. But that's a telltale sign right there.
Yeah, that was
he was being a total drama queen.
Yeah, I agree with that.
But Demisio, you're not the only person that have insinuated that. I've seen that on multiple occasions. Like, that's the running thing. People are saying, "Girl, that boy don't want you."
Like, Stacey, wake up.
I tend to think this is a little bit of Kenya and Walter, that once she decided to separate from her husband and she's now on this show, she needed a guy. So she called up her good friend, the actor. I don't necessarily believe this is a real relationship.
I don't either, but I do think that she thinks that it is or could be.
Okay. Like Kenya.
Yeah, because, I mean, even worse than Kenya. I just, the way that attitude flips, she has got to know. But anyway.
It's worse than Kenya because Stacey is clearly delusional, and at least Kenya knew.
Why they look alike? They don't look alike, but they do look alike. Stacey and Kenya.
They don't. They just brown girls from Detroit. That's
all. Long straight hair.
They're both pretty girls. They both very pretty girls. I think that's what it is. Yeah. What y'all think about Wendy's mama making Mia apologize?
To who?
It was hilarious, honestly.
Wendy's mother made Mia apologize to her.
Oh, that's right. That's
for the crow comment and
the bird thing.
Oh, and for the record, every time you saw Stacey, she wasn't with her guy. She was walking around.
Well, is it because her guy didn't want to walk with her, or do you think she just left him there?
I have no idea.
Because she just as new as he is to the crowd, so
he was over there talking to Ray.
Of course.
I hated to see him change. I think he's so funny. I think it'd be good to see him on there laughing at the men. Yeah, but oh well.
Girl, it looked like Ashley, if she moved in one direction or another, we was gonna see all her
with that horrible outfit and that horrible wig.
Wait, but what about the horrible voice? What was up with the performance?
Oh my God! Don't even get me started on that.
I just couldn't quite. I'm like,
who voice?
Did they not ask me when she was singing?
Oh, girl, I've been embarrassed about that, but it is what it is. It ain't mine.
Mean, they had power. They could have brought in some auto-tune or something. But listen, she sounds horrible. But
that's why she's been jealous of Candace, child.
She is not shy. She will sing that little Coco and Love song or whatever's on her mind, no matter where she's at and who is looking. Okay.
Sounds a hot mess.
Yeah. What y'all think about Wendy?
I'm gonna tell y'all what killed me when she was like, "Come on," like, baby, that had me on the floor.
Yeah, and then Wendy and them was like, "Okay, let's get up. She needs some help." But they did ask first. I'm glad they asked. It was quiet. Folks like, I don't know if we're supposed to be jumping up and down with her or what, but she's a bubbly girl, so she did okay.
What y'all think about Wendy's entrance to her party on that car boat?
On the car boat, I like it. I like it.
It's a lot. I agree with Gizelle again for the first time.
It's a lot, but it's Wendy. I'm just glad that folks are celebrating her, considering she didn't really think somebody would. I like Wendy.
I did too, Kelly. That's why I'm overlooking it, because my gosh, the way she been having to deal with Robin and Gizelle for the past couple of years, my God, it's about time she was able to sit back and have some fun one season at least.
And what's so bad is you were telling the truth. She has had going up against those two has not been easy. So it was good to see her get to feel celebrated. Oh, Robin wouldn't have it. I still want Robin back though.
Yeah.
All right. What else on here?
Robin back.
I think that's all that pretty much happened at the party. Did anything else happen at the party?
No, that's it. Like I said, it's kind of the same thing. Gizelle confronted Mia and just like, okay, Mia lied and trying to make a big for shock value, and then it ended. All of my kids' dads, like, girl.
That's the last segment. Where were they at? Did they meet somewhere?
They were at Wendy's party.
Oh, that's right. They all kind of gathered around.
You know, she just tickles me.
Oh,
I thought Gordon was their children's father. Like, she be so appalled and befuddled by the shenanigans and the mess.
We didn't talk about the little football player's girl. What's her name?
Jazz.
What did she do this episode?
Jazzy. That wasn't this episode?
No.
I said, what did she do this episode?
Nothing. That was last episode where they were at his party. That was last week.
Was that last week?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Did we meet last week or no?
Huh?
Did we meet last week?
Yeah. We talked about it.
Oh.
So that's pretty much the end to that episode. If y'all want to move on to Married to Medicine,
let's do that. Yeah.
No, I thought she was Married to Medicine. I thought we was doing that tomorrow.
No, we doing
tomorrow is Huntsville and
Beverly Hills.
Beverly Hills.
Oh. Well, you know I'm gonna have to leave at 7. So
I know. All right, so we could go ahead and get started with Married to Medicine.
No, I have my other show to do, and I didn't realize it when we were talking today.
That's okay. Wasn't too much. Had liable to be done by 7 anyway.
It wasn't much.
It wasn't a lie at all. For real.
What are y'all glad Contessa is back?
No.
Okay.
I am, because I heard she get into a fight with somebody.
What happened?
Because, baby, what did they do? What did the first episode consist of other than Dr. Simone being a hating ass hoe the whole time?
I didn't think she was hating, and I didn't like how they was trying to make her apologize. I wouldn't dare apologize.
I didn't like it at all.
Wrong.
I didn't like it at all.
Now, if y'all just want to apologize to move forward, but can't
do it. Wrong for bringing that up at the reunion, period. And she should apologize for that.
I don't know why. She asked her.
Nobody else brought it up, and Quad specifically asked them not to bring it up, and she did.
Yeah, but when she specifically said, I do remember this, that you can't challenge me. You can't tell me not to bring nothing up and then challenge me. She said, I've been there with you when it matters. When? Doggone well when. When that situation happened at your house. Mm-hmm. Like, don't challenge me.
Mm-hmm.
She was trying to compare apples and oranges and trying to make a comparison to something. She wasn't challenging her. And at the end of the day, it don't matter. Quad didn't want that brought up. Nobody else brought it up, so she shouldn't have brought it up. She should have said something else. Quad didn't been through shit other than that. She could have said the divorce.
I know Quad, the person who brought a man on the show to say that they slept with somebody else's husband. They come about boundaries.
Yeah. I mean, because
to this day, I think that is the coldest. Wait a minute, Demisio. To this day, I think that's the coldest thing that I've ever seen on reality TV. Like, I done heard some stuff. Sleeping with your husband has become normal. All kinds of stuff. But I have never on reality TV imagined a married man and woman and another girl is mad at my wife. Is mad at the wife. So she goes out and finds some dude to say that he slept with this girl's husband. That is to this day, I have yet to see anything as distasteful and disgusting as that on reality TV.
I have to agree.
That's a bridge beyond too far. Mm-hmm. And it's not
Girl, they do that type of stuff on Love and Hip Hop all the time.
I have never heard. You done heard of somebody on Love and Hip Hop? I'm not a married man. And somebody mad at the wife, not the husband.
Somebody mad at the wife and bring a man in and lie about it?
Yes, that's not cool at all, Demisio.
In no situation.
It's not just about the infidelity. It is the what stench comes with a straight man being accused of being gay. You know what that does in Atlanta.
They were accusing him of being gay.
Accused him of being gay, but you brought a whole dude
to lie about it.
Why did that?
I've seen worse on reality TV, so okay.
I haven't.
Moving on.
I haven't, but anyway,
worse things have happened.
I guess that's based off opinion because I've yet to see it. I ain't watched every reality.
We've seen it. They do the same stuff on Love and Hip Hop. Guys, we've seen worse things on reality TV than somebody coming on their line about
it wasn't just about lying.
Come on now.
But let's move on.
Love and Hip Hop, a fight, they be in jail by now with that type of stuff popping off like that.
Right.
They bring people all the time to say they slept with this person and slept with this person. They literally just brought somebody on there right now to say that they slept with Mendici. Literally, some random girl that's not even a part of
it's a girl.
Who cares that it's still the same thing? Bringing somebody on there to lie about it.
And you know it's not.
To bring somebody on the show. Bringing somebody on the show to lie about sleeping with somebody. It's the same thing. It's just a girl instead of a boy. It's the same thing. It's the same thing. It's a lie.
Okay,
it's not. It's much.
It is. Y'all just trying to make it different because it's a boy. It's still the same thing. You bringing somebody on the show to lie about sleeping with somebody. It's the same. It's the same scenario.
Other men, we don't care who you date, but that wasn't the scenario. It'd be different if we were talking about a man that dates openly men and women. We're not. We're talking about somebody's husband who, as far as the world knows about him and his wife or other women. But
I mean, if anything, lie about it, even if it was true, even if it was 100% true and it wasn't even a lie, right? Outing somebody like that is not horrible at all.
Yeah,
you should. I mean, come on, Demisio, stop, jump out your feelings and look at this without emotion.
Diva, I'm not in my feelings. I'm just saying the scenarios are. No, I'm not. The scenarios are definitely the same. One of them is just about allegedly being gay, and the other one is not. You still bringing somebody on a show to lie about sleeping with them. It's the same. It's the same scenario. The only difference is like you just said, it was a gay dude, and that ain't cool.
It's not just a lie. It is a lie with the implications that he's living an entire lie. It's one thing if you want to say I'm sleeping with Will Smith. Let's say I'm sleeping with Will Smith, and you want to say that okay, everybody be like, okay, I get why. But if you're talking about I'm sleeping with Jocelyn Hernandez and I'm married with children, that's like I ain't just an adulterer. I'm lying about my whole life and what I want to do or who I want to be with. Yeah. That is a step too far, and you're outing a person. Even if that was true, if that was wrong, you could. I don't even want to talk about this no more because this is not
move on. It's the same thing to me. The only difference is
you said that, and we just disagree, and I'm okay with that. Let's just move on. What do y'all think about this campaign all of a sudden that Heavenly has? Because I'm trying to figure out why Heavenly is souping up Quad's head when it was her personally that almost verbally led the charge to get her kicked off the show last year, saying that she don't mess with none of them ladies and that she was using her.
I mean, Heavenly talked about this already.
Heavenly's the biggest hypocrite. I'm just
Heavenly talked about this already.
What'd she say?
Heavenly, she said that. I mean, it's really not. It really wasn't. She said when she rewatched the season back that they were wrong, and it wasn't really that big of a deal. Heavenly was like, "Hell, I done did worse shit, and they forgive me. So why we can't forgive you?" And that's understandable.
Yeah. Okay.
I'm just telling you what Heavenly said now. I'm just saying.
All right,
Here's my
thing.
That's what Heavy said. That's what Heavy said. Okay.
Here's my thing. Can we get to the Freaknik? Because something tells me Marsau had a bigger Freaknik crowd than Married to Medicine. I'm just saying.
Let me tell you one thing. I am tired of. I'm tired of. I'm tired of Heavy and Sweet Tea. Okay.
Oh. Why are you tired of
Heavy
Sweet Tea?
And Sweet Tea. I'm sick of them. Just say y'all don't like each other and go on.
Oh, I think it's clear that they don't.
Right.
Oh, very clear, Callie. Very
right.
Clear.
Nobody got to say it.
Can I also say this? Damon is pissing me off too. Because Heavenly doesn't get to do all of these things. And then can't nobody say nothing back. And you can't get mad at Greg because Greg was like, I don't know what you do. And Greg was right. I don't know what you be doing. You think you want me to just say, yeah, I don't think you be cheating. No, I don't know what the hell you be doing.
I get that. But the men usually don't have these type of disagreements. The men, for the most part, I mean, they get along. So all of a sudden, the girls are over there fighting. And so now you not speaking to me. It almost took Greg into the female side of the world. He didn't, so I just think he's wrong. But,
I mean, I don't think Greg is wrong. I think Damon brought him into it because Greg wasn't in it. Damon is the one that pulled him into the at the reunion.
Right.
Okay.
Right. He wanted Greg to get involved because the wife was involved. And this is why I can't wait to somebody, they probably have, we just never see it on reality TV. I don't, for the life of me, don't understand why these wives don't go off on these girls. Like, why you got to go after my husband? Because Heavenly did say it. But like, go after me. Why you going after my husband? Like, it's unnecessary to bring these men in here. It don't do nothing but cause tension between the guys. It's unnecessary. Focus on me.
Okay.
And she did say it, but I will say this. I don't think she has grounds because in this case, Heavenly has said that Greg still won't Quad. This is all last season. In the tweets, she insinuated that he still reaches out to Quad. Quad actually came back behind her and said that is not true. Right up underneath her. She, like, as if she talked to Quad about it. Quad was like, I don't even know where she got that from. That don't have nothing to do with me. That's a step too far. So Heavenly will just flat out lie. Because she did Sweet Tea specifically was just wrong. Like, she goes to mean places. And then she's like, well, that boy didn't know that girl had endometriosis, whatever it is. I'm like, you stupid lady. We watched him get married. He knew.
Yeah, but Heavenly does not expect this little girl to come back at her at all.
Oh, I love it.
Yeah, me too. So that's why she's getting madder and madder. I mean, I thought she was ready to rip the girl's head off last night. And I'm like, ma'am, calm down. We've seen you mad before, but you don't even know this lady. You're coming at her hard, but she doesn't want that retaliation. And that's weird to me.
And that's because Sweet Tea is lower than her.
Mm-hmm.
So
yeah.
Like, you gonna go dark? I think that was Melody said, you want to go low, I'm going to hell. And Sweet Tea don't have time to go to hell with you. So keep messing with me.
In the words of Eric Mays, if you go low, I go lower.
Yeah.
I miss that nigga.
I miss him.
Y'all know who that is?
Him.
Okay, I'm glad y'all know who that is. He used to tickle me arguing with them folks.
I miss him. I'm still convinced that it's a conspiracy that he gone.
Because maybe the way I would have been if I lived in Michigan, the way I would have been at them city council meetings, baby.
Oh, he was hilarious. Like, and it's so many people that imitate him. Like, my little heart was broken when he died.
Same, because baby, he could not stand Miss Herkenroder and Miss Fields. Oh, he could not stand it. He hated them. Oh Lord, that man couldn't stand them. Yeah. But yeah, back to me. I just had to throw that in there.
Yeah, I knew who he was. Yeah, I love him. Greg looking good.
Is he?
I don't know if it's the gray beard thing, but
And they make a good couple too. To me, they look cute together.
I do, because I mean, I hate to say
you can tell Sweet Tea done got a little money.
Wait a minute, I hate to say this, but I am gonna say it.
What?
They don't look too far in age.
They really don't. I mean,
she might slightly look older. I don't know if he don't look that old, but she looks like she's 40-ish,
right? She's like 32, right?
I don't know how she thought she only 32.
I think so. I think she's
I think she's in her early 30s. Yeah.
Listen, they look very close in age, and they're not.
Let me see.
But I ain't mad at her.
Maybe Dr. Greg then probably went and got him a little Botox and maybe.
I just think he lost weight.
That could be too.
He does look nice, but he's also happy, so that's going to make you look better too. He seems to be happy, and I hope they
can have a child. Yeah, right. Now she might be 34. I mean 33, because I think this was in 2003.
Mm-hmm. And how old is he though? Like
50 something.
56.
Is he really?
He 56. Yeah. She 32.
So there you go.
I know he was 50 something.
And you know they got that group, Joy, for young women dating older men. Do you know she runs that group?
Does she?
Yes, she does. She does.
I will say this though.
She said she met him in a group like that.
Who? No, she runs the group. No, she had the group. She runs a page for younger women that date older men.
I thought she just said she met him in a group that she joined on Facebook about that.
Maybe she didn't meet him in a group. I don't know, but I'm just telling you, she has a group about younger women dating older men. I'll send you the link.
Okay.
I don't care where she met him at, but yeah, she does have that group. It's funny too.
I ain't mad at it. I mean, I hope.
Are you in the group?
Yes, I am.
I hope my daughter gets a little bit more older than her, because
I'm gonna head out, you guys.
All right.
Okay, I got you.
See you tomorrow,
See y'all tomorrow.
Mm-hmm. All right. Okay. Because these look 24. She 24.
One more thing. Can I say one thing before I leave?
Yeah.
What?
This is another thing that just makes Simone look so miserable, because it's clear that Cecil lives for Quad. He lives for her.
Why?
I think that there was
Cecil.
Can I tell you?
Go.
All of them had a talking to. I'm telling you. Because even Simone's mind was changeable. They had a talking to.
You mean from Bravo?
Yes.
Yeah, that's plausible.
And they're like, I'm going to help my wife through this. Like, I'm telling you, at this point, that nobody wants... Beverly Hills got a formula. They all start off clear. Now, it might not end like that, but that's how they start off. And you should be able to do that. You should not have a beef going on so long. You got people on the internet saying, why they don't like each other?
Because sometimes we'll lose. We didn't even forgot.
Yeah.
Like, what are y'all been about?
Right. Yeah. Even if you're new to the season, it's just like, I've watched OC for the very first time ever. So when I sit down and watch, and I don't know any of the old stuff. And I had never seen any of the ladies but Tamara. And I only saw her because she was on Traders, I think. But so when I'm watching, I don't have no opinion about none. So when I come in, when I tell you who I don't like, it ain't based off no history. And there's a lot of people that watch the shows like that. They'll start in the middle and be like, ooh, I like this. Let me go back and watch. But in the meantime, they confused because they watching the show. Like, why don't they like each other? It's like, it don't make sense. The beefs should make sense. And if
they don't,
then you're getting paid. You should be able to make amends toward the end. By the way, I thought it was so funny and so vulnerable of little Sweet Tea learning how to swim with these children.
Right. I started to make a post around that same time. I'm like, come on. Jordan was in there learning how to swim at 6 months old. And this girl still can't swim. And then at least she had on that cool swim cap, from that Black Olympian.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I thought that was fun.
Oh, is that what that was?
Yeah, that was that Olympian swim cap.
Okay.
Yeah.
I wish I had paid attention.
Yeah.
I have one that has a lot of hair, but I know that was a really big one. There's another one that's popular that kind of looks like a hair wrap. It's a black-owned business too. They're like letters, YGN or something like that. Mm-hmm. Remember those hats that I used to wear that had the balls in the middle?
Yeah.
I had bought a whole bunch from them, and almost every color. But they make a swimming cap too, and theirs is like a wrap. Like you actually got to wrap it and pull
wrap it around there, and then the fabric. Okay, I would like that. I would think I would like that.
Yeah,
because you can wrap it to your little, the way it looks good on you, kind of, and still cover up everything.
Yes, I would definitely get that. It's like $40. I think that's a lot for a swimming cap, but it's the sort of thing that if you only, like me, go swimming out of town, I would probably just keep in my suitcase.
Yeah,
because there's certain things that I never unpack.
Yeah.
So, the next thing we could talk about with Married to Medicine was, I guess, Heavenly. And Heavenly inviting over Simone and Cecil. And first of all, Heavenly doesn't entertain a lot. And all I kept thinking was hearing is Mariah's voice, which was, you need to pressure wash this.
I remember that. I remember that.
Never forget that.
And it was true. It didn't need to be pressure washed. I remember.
It's so funny.
Yeah, it was funny, like, but she was impressive. She was impressed with herself. She thought she was doing a real good job. So I guess. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Now, did you miss her on Messy Mondays, or did you never watch her?
Who?
Heavenly.
Did I ever watch what? I'm sorry, I didn't hear the first part.
On Messy Mondays.
No, I watched it during COVID. I watched a lot of her stuff. And every once in a while, clip pieces will come around. I always watch them, but like from beginning to end, no. What?
That was Jordan hitting my face. Sorry.
Huh?
Nothing. Oh. Jordan's in here giving a little interruption time to tell me something silly. But anyway, I forgot what we were saying, Jordan.
Nothing. I was just saying that I've never watched a full Messy Monday.
Okay. I miss it. They were so bad. I mean, okay, it wasn't bad. They just did some bad talking about folks. Mm-hmm. So it was bad. But they cut it off, because she said millimeters was going too hard. And I still don't believe that. But she now has a Monday call with some other guy. And so I haven't watched her in a couple of weeks. But
this is let me say this. This is why I do believe her. You can disagree, and that's fine. This is why I believe her. Heavenly has been doing these shows, even I know specifically since COVID. I remember watching quite a bit of these shows. So way before we met Sweet Tea and this issue, she was getting on and talking about, things that were going on in various things. Pretty much on Married to Medicine. She didn't venture out too much, but she was venturing out a little bit. And when she initially got started with Huntsville, she was very empathetic, I believe, with Melanie.
You think so?
Oh, because the reason that Martell hated those interviews that she did. That he did. He always was trying to counter what he felt like was done with Heavenly. If you remember, that's the reason why he would do Tasha K. He was pissed about the Heavenly, because Heavenly is sit up there and kiki with him and ask him all these kind of questions and then get on her next episode and talk about him like a dog. So he didn't like that. She was very, I thought, empathetic toward Mel, just as a wife sort of thing. Now,
I don't remember any of that.
Very roasty to Martell. And what I mean by roasty is that Martell will be saying something. He's like, oh, okay, y'all look good together. You sure you've been screwing her forever? Like that kind of stuff. Like she always had an undercut, shady comment. So even when she felt complimentary, she had something coming underneath it. I don't think it was only until recently.
She's so
this
shady.
Is why I believe her. When her narrative was changing toward Melanie, that things are now a problem. I know she has been this messy since forever, but she been doing them lives, I know, since 2020. Yeah. Because when it wasn't nothing on TV, we watched her.
She was doing them live. I didn't watch her as much as I watched her when she got with Carlos.
Right.
Yeah, she has been doing it a long time now, and they were shady. So I hate that she's not there. And she says it's because of Love and Marriage Huntsville.
And I'm telling you, it's only because her narrative has changed to a melody. That's why I believe her, because Heavenly, of all people, has been the same nastiest woman since she hit the screen. She's been this same person for a very long time.
And she's trying to make it sound like she hasn't.
Right. So the only thing that changed was her narrative toward male. And that's a whole nother conversation we're going to have, girl.
Yes.
My husband's so irritated about her. It was just like...
What? Why? There we go.
How hard she was going in for Maurice. And if it's such bad timing because we know that the case was thrown out. And for the life of me, I ain't never heard of no DUI getting thrown out.
But now listen, so she was against her in that. But Wendy is the same way about Karen. Did you pick that up?
Wendy is the same way about Karen?
Yeah, Wendy said if she supports Karen with the DUI or whatever, but if this was done in a way that hurt somebody else, I don't remember her exact words. She said she's not sure she can hang with Karen.
Yeah, I agree with that. Yeah, I get that. Yeah.
Okay, but so here's my thing, and this is more so on the Karen side, but it does match Maurice. If somebody is an alcoholic, then no, they know they shouldn't be out there doing that. But if they have a problem, do you really just abandon those people? So that's
abandon what? Say it again.
If your friend, if Karen really is an alcoholic or really has a problem, and that's the reason that she had this accident, do you, as a friend of hers, just abandon her like that? Because, and that's what Wendy says she's going to do, and that's basically what Melody says she's doing with Maurice, because she lost her auntie to a drunk driving situation.
I mean, if there was a situation and I had a friend that I knew had a problem and I had money, these are women with means, and this is my for real friend, I would be sending cars for her and making sure she had a car home anytime she was with me. I can't control what would happen outside of me, but I mean, you would do that for your own flesh and blood. If you know, like, here, y'all, we gonna be drinking and whatnot, auntie, I'm gonna send a card for you, so you don't even have to worry about that. You go home when you're ready to. You soup your auntie up. You get your auntie there. You know what she gonna be. Auntie gonna be auntieing, but she gonna get home safely.
Yeah, plan all those rides out in advance.
I mean, even if you can Uber, you can get your auntie home
safely. No need to drive and run into. And I saw that episode with Monique a couple weeks ago when she hit the truck or the tree. You remember that one?
Yeah.
And Ashley went at her. But anyway, I don't know. I think it's kind of understandable when you lose somebody that way. But then it's like, if those are really your friend, are you really just going to give up on her? But anyway.
I wouldn't say that. But I can get it. Wendy is kind of, let me just say it like this. Wendy, I like Wendy this year.
Me too.
Wendy is obsessed with her image. For whatever her reasons, she is obsessed with how she appears to other people and how well she's liked. I can see somebody that is preoccupied like that would drop a friend that they see is just would not be good to be associated with.
Yeah. I can see Wendy being that way.
It's really the Sutton approach.
Sutton?
You remember Sutton was like that with Erica? Well, she was afraid about her connection with Erica.
And how
that's that thought process that, should I be associated with you?
Yeah.
And I also have to say, if Wendy said that in confessional, whatever Karen has said about her, she heard. And we know that something about her is she's self-absorbed and all that kind of stuff that we heard in the trailer. And you can always tell when there's a shift with some problems because it's we watch so much reality TV, we can pick up on it in confessionals.
Yeah.
You'll be like, something happened because her whole attitude changed, and we'll eventually get to it. But yeah, they play footage earlier because the attitudes at that time is so different than what we see on screen.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Or what we see in confessional is so different than what we're watching on the show. And we do know that confessionals are filmed, far later. So
that's what I'm about to say. How soon after those episodes are they filmed?
I heard it's whatever the midway is. So I'm just throwing out a number just for example. If they set out specific dates over 4.5 month period of time, and if they know that it's going to end December the 1st, and they started September to whatever, or August, whatever the dates were, they knew that the midpoint would be somewhere around mid-October. So that's when they would start confessionals, because enough has happened on the front end for them to talk about. That's how it was a lot of things that you could pick up on if you're listening, if you pay attention to it.
Yeah.
I noticed that on Potomac this year, it was like the second or third episode, and they were already in their second confessional looks. And that usually doesn't happen. You usually see the first confessional look for a long time. There are some stories that I could tell y'all around Potomac.
Based on what they had on?
Period. Yes. Based on what they had on in confessionals. That's how it was certain. That's how we could figure out that when they did those first set of confessionals, the year that Monique and Candace fought, was based off the confessionals, because they had stopped filming for a second.
Yeah.
They didn't know what direction the show was going, so they had stopped. We know when what happened. It was some questions I can't even think of them off the top of my head. We knew that Gizelle didn't know answers to specific questions before, in the first confessional look.
See, I don't pay that much to the confessional, so I would never put all that together.
Yeah, it was things that were going on that couldn't nobody explain, and you could tell. Oh God! It had something to do with Gizelle telling what happened with Monique's husband. It was something with Monique's husband. What was the whole thing about? Oh yeah, the rumor that it wasn't his baby or something.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so it had something to do with the rumor, but it was something that we connected to the to her confessional look.
Yeah.
But anyway, let's get back to this Whitmore.
Okay.
Let's end this out. At their Whitnik, Freaknik, they went to Freaknik in 1989. And if you all saw the Hulu special, the Whitmores, particularly Cecil, was in it.
He was in it.
He was one. He really was a part of those first Freakniks.
I don't remember him being in it.
He was in it.
There was just one showing of that documentary, right? It wasn't like part 1, 2, and 3, right?
No, yeah.
I don't remember seeing him in it. I'm gonna have to go look at that again.
Yeah, he was in it. He was one. It wasn't him talking. He was in pictures.
Yeah,
the people who started Freaknik, he was just within those classes.
Yeah.
Because if they started in 89, they probably started in 85, right?
Oh, yeah, well.
7, 8, 9. Yeah, they was at least 85.
It was more like closer to 90.
They graduated in 1989. They showed that.
Okay.
And Simone said it. They both graduated in 1989 she graduated from Spelman. He graduated from Morehouse. And in the documentary, they talk about it was 1986 or 7. It was something like that. Maybe it was 8 of them. Literally the same story, that all 4 of those schools, Morehouse, Spelman, Clark, and Morris Brown, all, because those schools are so interconnected, you really don't know where one school begins or ends, especially Spelman, Morris Brown, and Clark. Morehouse is behind the gate. If it was back in the day, I don't know, but I know it was when I took my daughter down to Spelman. But you really don't know which buildings are which.
Okay.
And so, and they have this huge yard in front of on Spelman. So it's a lot of stuff, movies and shows that have actually been filmed on their yard.
That's cool.
Yeah, and they would do Freaknik. They would rent out one of the parks, or people would just show up with their stuff.
Did you ever go?
I went in 1983. I went in 93, 94, 95.
Shut up, Joy. No, you didn't.
I was at Alabama A&M then.
I never went, but my girlfriends went. I didn't go because I was married at the time. I got
pictures of me at Freaknik all on the thing that
I was not my friends have submitted.
I met so many people back in the day. It was really just, if they had been thinking, Freaknik would still exist today. It would be like the Essence Fest. It would be all the parks in Atlanta. They would rent them out and have different concerts and shows and events going on.
It was a big deal. They could have kept that going in some way.
But they didn't. Nobody got a permit. Everybody just showed up. There wasn't any. No. Now I want you to think about this.
They didn't even have nowhere to sleep in some cases.
Not one concert was had during that whole weekend.
Not one.
Everybody that was somebody was in. I met Tupac. Yes. Literally standing having a conversation with Tupac at Freaknik in 1995.
Oh, I think I remember you telling us that.
I mean, for real, having a conversation. I was sitting next to Keith Sweat for so long, just out in the park.
Shut up. You was next to Keith Sweat?
Keith Sweat. I met Tiny. I stayed in the same hotel. You remember the guy Tiny? The big dude?
Yeah.
In the same hotel. We kicked it. There was not nothing organized going on. The reason that Atlanta was so mad was because
they wouldn't make no money.
Nobody could move. If you had a job downtown, everybody
was in trouble.
Yeah, because you couldn't move. So
you might have to spend the night
on Thursday nights and put up gates because they never knew what was going to happen. Now, when I went, I never was around a shooting or anything like that. Never anything like that. But it was a lot of marijuana going around. I'm sure it was a lot of debauchery going around, but in the middle of the streets, I didn't see it.
Yeah. I enjoyed that documentary though, because I remember, it was such a fun time. My girlfriends would go down there and come back. They were still hungover by the time they got back to town. I'm like, it's been a few days now. When did you stop drinking? Oh, we ain't stopped yet. I didn't go. I was married and at home and trying to go to Sunday school or something. It was a different time.
Yeah, it wasn't. The only thing that I specifically remember is that in 1995, they had made it so unbearable that nobody really wanted to be there because they had closed so many streets.
Oh, they didn't took away the
only one way in and one way out, and everything was closed. So if you stayed downtown like I did, I stayed downtown. So you couldn't find nothing to eat because everything was closed. You would have to go out 10 miles, which took you forever to get there. And then when it was time to get back to the hotel, what should only take you a few minutes because it's right off the highway, might take you 45 because you got to go all around the city because they done barricaded every other street.
As a restaurant owner down there, ain't no way in the world I would have been closed.
I do see T.S. Madison now.
Yeah.
You asked that. Yeah, I didn't notice that, but I do see it now.
Getting married. She's got her fiance.
Yeah.
Oh, that's cool. That's so cool.
I enjoyed Freaknik. It was fun to me.
I enjoy hearing about it.
I wasn't no slut though. So
thank God.
So I don't have any those kind of stories. But
around that same time, that's when Salt and Pepper had that clothing store. Do you remember that? They had a clothing store out in Buckhead, I believe. So it was nice too.
I will say this: people love to get a kick out of this when people talk about, everybody smoke weed. I can honestly say, I say this with pride. The very last time I smoked weed, I promised to God that if that had go down, I was gonna never smoke weed again. And guess where I was?
Where?
Freaknik 1995. I was dead serious, smoking weed with some Jamaicans. Ain't no telling what the hell was in there. But I knew that this wasn't for me because I couldn't.
Yeah.
I couldn't control myself. I wasn't in control.
Yeah, and you don't want to be in a strange place like that, out of control.
Right, and I didn't want to be stuck in a room. Right, I was so mad at myself because when you that how you all you need to legally do is go to sleep.
Yeah.
So, but I was like out of town. I was like in Atlanta. Like I gotta kick it. I need this to go down. And it took a while.
Yeah. Look, I've never smoked marijuana even to this day.
Oh, wow.
Not even once. But yeah, those were some fun times back there. Those were some fun times. I was like, oh my God, all my girlfriends are a Freaknik and I'm married. What the hell? Yeah. But anyway, all right. Are we done? What we missed?
I think that's it. I thought it looked fun. It was a controlled situation.
It was a very controlled situation. Where they have 25, 30 people maybe?
Right. What did y'all think? Now it's more people than that. It's probably about 50. But what you think about Scott rapping? He done lost his mind, ain't he?
Wait, how confident was he? We ain't seen you rap in 3 years, right? You back on the stage like you just took a little break from the studio. He's funny as heck.
He's on TikTok. What he uploaded from TikTok, he sound halfway decent. I don't know what this was. He must have did more than one song or something.
What do you mean? He said he has a TikTok account where he's singing?
No, he rapping. And it's from this event.
No, I can't.
It's from this event. He rapped something that actually didn't sound that bad.
Well, he didn't sound too bad. But the look on his face, I mean, he's like, this is really what he wanted to do, okay? He's still going to be a rapper. He don't care if he's almost 60. I ain't mad at him. It was funny. I
mean, I ain't mad if you have a dream. I think it's cool to always in your whole life want to do something and get the opportunity. Absolutely. And I love to see it when you 50 and do it. It's kind of like people who like love like the Wheel of Fortune or Family Feud. They, you just want to do something you always wanted to do. I ain't mad at him for making a rap. He got music and everything. He might be corny, but if he was
he had his little hype man with him.
Right, I would have hyped him up. I would have acted like his group. Because you kind of get dreams. When you get to the second half of your life, you look at dreams like, I ain't mad at you.
Yeah,
I thought that was cool. My cousin has a studio. I recorded in his studio. I think it's funny. I think I like hearing myself rap. It's hilarious. He told me I'm too proper to rap.
You proper? You said proper?
Yeah.
You could be the educated PhD rapper, okay? That's the name right there.
My daughter raps, so yeah, she does. She's recorded a couple of things. It's things that I ain't comfortable with her putting out there.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
Well, I mean, you're talking about your older daughter, right?
No, I'm talking about this 16-year-old.
Oh, your baby girl. Okay, I was about to say why you don't want to put it out. She's an adult, but you're 16-year-old. I get it.
Yeah.
Now, how come you don't want to put it out? What kind of rap is she doing?
She just cursed. She cursed, and I'm, you 16 years old. You're not cursing on no.
Yeah.
But it's a cute. The song is like really cute.
That's good.
It's just like all the things to call yourself. Like I turned into a mama. Like why you gotta call yourself the B word? I'm a mama. I'm a whole mama. Whole time singing. I'm wearing booty shorts because my paper long. Okay. It's Friday night. My man ate it all at the whole time singing what's her name? Gorilla.
I can't stand it. What is going on with this gorilla phenomenon?
Because she sounds like a rapper from the 80s to me. She got a lot of passion behind her. Whereas a lot of these other rappers, they seem like Lotto and Ice Spice. They seem like they rap songs from a reclining chair. They don't have no energy behind their music. Sexy Red, even when she up against, they rap like this and they talk like this. They ain't got no energy.
I can't take it.
Gorilla, it gives energy. I can see you. She ain't talking no better.
And is it Glorilla or Gorilla?
Her real name is Gloria.
Gloria. And so we didn't change Gloria to Glorilla. Okay.
That's what she called herself.
I can't stand it. I can't.
That's what she called herself. Well, all right, honey. I think that is it. It
all
was
right.
good to see all the couples. I did like seeing Contessa and all the couples together.
Yeah.
That was all of them married. That's actually kind of cool.
Why Quad didn't bring her man? I guess we'll find out soon.
I guess. And look at Contessa was just smiling.
Contessa was like, look here, that's my man. That's her boo thing.
And he a doctor, girl.
And he a doctor. And she Surgeon General, yeah, because she made some sacrifices.
No, she is not. They got a clinic or something together.
Oh, good.
Yeah, they opened. I don't know if it's a clinic. I think it's their specialty or whatever.
Yeah, I can't wait for her to go upside Heavenly's head though with her specialty right fist.
I hope they show it. Yeah. I really hope they show it.
They probably won't, but I hope so. It'll be cool. All right, so what did you send out the times for tomorrow, or what we waiting on? Oh, 5
y'all have to tell me. I'm cooking tomorrow, but I can cook and do this.
You cooking turkey?
No, I don't cook a whole turkey. I cook turkey legs and wings. Smoked turkey legs and wings.
All right, well, heck, I'll talk to y'all tomorrow. I'll send 5 or 6, probably 6, but it don't matter.
Yeah, I could do 5. I'm gonna ask in the morning, or you ask in the morning and tag me if you remember.
Okay.
All right.
All right. Bye bye.
All right. Peace out, y'all.
Bye bye.